guys, welcome back to the channel. You probably saw the thumbnail and you saw the title and you're like, oh shit, I gotta watch this. So you tuned in. If you like the type of Supra that's show and go and that's crazy, then this is it. This is it. Like I can't think of any other way to put it. I'm excited to show this to you guys. So this is part 6 of the Supra build series. So shout out to Tony, the owner of this beautiful car. I've been saying beautiful for all my videos because they are, and I'm glad that I've been able to review and feature different kinds of builds for, the MK5 Supra platform. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. So this car is owned by Tony. Make sure you guys follow him on IG. He is located in the Dallas area and his shop is actually in Alvarado. So this is a 2020 Toyota Supra with the HKS Widebody. I'm just gonna walk around here a little bit to let you guys take it in because this is truly a showstopper. So you guys, this is the third white one that I've featured. You guys have seen Devin's car and Matt's car. And now here's a different white one. Again, this is a 2020 Supra, so completely tunable. And Tony actually owns a shop. His shop actually initially specialized in Mini Cooper builds. And you guys might be wondering, how does one go from Mini Cooper builds to the Supra platform? Well, I asked him that, and the reason that he got this car was ultimately it became a shop build. So an advertising piece for a shop where they eventually transitioned into the B58 and S58 platforms. So if you guys are in the Dallas area, make sure to check him out. The handle is right here on the screen, so make sure to, go to Instagram, give him a follow because, hey, he's doing a one-of-one wide body build for an NSX. So you guys might be wondering what else Tony's shop does, is that outside of the builds, they primarily specialize in specialty builds. So whatever you guys got, any questions that you might have, make sure to hit up Tony and see, if he can accommodate whatever you guys are looking for, because look at this thing. So Tony initially bought this car kind of in a different phase that you see now. So he bought the car with the HKS Widebody kit, not installed just yet. So essentially he just finished it off. And what he did is that initially this car is white underneath. So I'll go ahead and open it up. So here you can see the door jambs. It is white, but the car is currently wrapped. What he has planned for this car is he's actually eventually going to paint it, but he's going to add livery to it. So just to make sure that the car is ready for the show season, he's just going to keep it wrapped and then put the livery over it. Then once the show season is over, then he will actually take off the wrap, paint it the original Toyota white, and then put the livery on top of it. There's a lot of stuff done to this car. I know that I asked the owners for the other Supra builds, whether this is their weekend or whether this is their daily. Well, as you guys can guess, this is the weekend car. He has a shop, so it's a shop car. For the mods for Tony's car, I'm gonna go over the aesthetic mods first, and then also some interior mods, and then I'll go over the performance mods. So obviously, this car has the HKS Widebody kit. So if you guys are not familiar with that, that includes pretty much everything that you see here. So that includes the front lip, the splitter, this piece right here that goes into the front bumper, the fender flares, the fender itself, the side skirts, the door garnish that you see here, the rear garnish right there, and then the rear fender flares. So that is so freaking thick, Lord have mercy. And then also you have the duckbill here. So that is pretty much it for the aesthetics. And then also you have the wheels. So these are HRE 3-piece S101s custom offset, specific to this HKS Widebody kit. So I'll insert some B-roll shots for the close-up here. So the front, that is running 275 tires, I think 275, 35s or 30s, I can't remember. But they're 275 wide. These are 19s. and then 325 in the rear. And I mean, look at it. This is a showstopper. So we'll move into the interior because he has some badass Recaro Nürburgring seats. There you go. You guys can see him now. Tony actually would not recommend these seats for those who are daily driving their cars. So if you guys were wondering if you should go with that seat setup, not recommended. The reason being they are a little bit hard to get in and out of. So you guys are the type to be driving a lot like me, then not recommended. He actually wishes that, well, he probably is gonna add the sock seats back in just because they're more comfortable, just because he does drive this a lot to and from shows because that is the purpose of the car. So this car also has the JL audio in the trunk. So let me go ahead and show you his setup. And then car is also lowered on Airlift V3 with their management system. So a little bit hard to see, but the Airlift kit's here. It's obviously really dark. You guys can't see it, but the wiring is all there. And that is pretty much it for the aesthetics. So it is loud. It is a very, very loud car. And it is very loud performance-wise. So we'll go over the performance mods. This car is actually, like I said, show and go. So this is actually has the ETS top mount kit with the 6466 coming through a 4-inch downpipe through ETS because that whole ETS kit includes everything. You know, includes all like the wastegates. So the blow-off valve and the wastegates are actually by TurboSmart. And of course, matching with the wide body kit is the HKS exhaust system. So downpipe is 4 inches, exhaust system is 4 inches. So this car is loud. I mean, whenever we were meeting up, I could hear his car. So this is a lot for the senses, visually, auditory wise, and then also just the smell. Because I mean, once this car is pulling, I was like behind it with my windows down. Whenever we were doing pulls earlier, just jumping from just spot to spot, I could smell it. Mod wise, it's not a lot in terms of just like the actual, I guess, brand and pieces, but it actually, I mean, this shit looks nice. You guys might be wondering where else you go from here for this type of build. So what Tony told me is that, and huge shout out to Mo at 5 Performance. This car actually is tuned on EcuTech on just on a base map 93 tune. What he's actually gonna do is go back to BM3 and have Sam tune the car. Sam, if you're watching this, Tony wants to give you a shout out and we'll insert his information down below. Super excited to see what performance-wise this car is able to do. Because I mean, right now, just on a 15 PSI base map, 93 tune, I mean, this thing sounds good. Because I mean, I was trying to record that B-roll shot, and I was struggling to hold the camera. Not gonna go too crazy with the performance mods because ultimately what the goal for the car was for something like this, if you guys are interested in doing a build like this, what Tony told me is instead of just having it just for pure show, because initially whenever he finished building the car, he took it to shows and then, you know, people were wanting him to pop the hood, right? Cue Paul Walker, pop the hood meme or whatever. But at that time, it was just on a piggyback tune. And I mean, you see a car like this, you expect it to be fast. I mean, Tony bought the car for the attention, you know, for an advertising piece for his shop. and the car really wasn't going to be fast, he had to change that, and that is exactly why he went with the ETS top mount kit. So once this is done, it's going to stay on the 6466, and then it's going to run full flex fuel by Mo at 5 Performance with his custom wiring harness. I'm going to insert his social media in the description box below, so make sure you guys check them out. They do amazing work, and they're located in Houston. So for you Supra owners down in Houston, make sure to check them out. If you guys need any, help with builds or whatever, hit them up if you're in the Houston area, or if you're in the Dallas area, make sure to hit up Tony. Again, his information was already on the screen. I'll insert it here again. And yeah, what he told me was if he would do this build again, he said not necessarily, because he's always thinking about the next build. So mad props to that, because that's when you know that is a true mark of a car guy. So what type of person would he recommend for someone like this? I mean, if you're all about the clout, if you're going to be going to shows, if you're going to be really enjoying the car and you don't mind the attention, because I know some of the guys who I featured on the channel kind of want to make it low key. This is definitely not low key. So there you guys have it. Huge thanks again, Tony, for letting me feature your car. Make sure to check out the stills that I've been inserting in the video. I'm going to link them on my Instagram. I'm going to release them over time. If you guys like this type of content, let me know. I really appreciate you guys again taking the time to comment down below, and also ultimately viewing this video and subscribing. So if you're new, feel free to subscribe. I really appreciate it. I got more crazy builds out there for you all, located here in Dallas. And if you guys have a crazy Supra, you're located in the US, hit me up as well. I don't mind flying out there and featuring your car. So hopefully we can get you some clout as well. But I appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for the next video.